Hello everybody, we're getting ready to do 3.8 of SAT Math Level 1 Prep. And if you want to order materials, PowerPoints, videos, worksheets, email me here. 3.8 Algebraic Inequalities, and we have 24 points of lessons to go into your notebook. Or I got a note-taking guide that you can get from me to make it easier on you. 0 points, there's no skill sheet on this lesson. A linear inequality, such as this here, 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7, is solved in much the same way that a linear equation is solved. There is one exception. Multiply and divide by both sides of an inequality by the same negative quantity reverses the direction of the inequality, or reverse that sign there. For example, if negative 3x is less than or equal to 12, then dividing both sides by negative 3 results in the equivalent inequality of here, where you change the sign around. And you change the sign of x and negative 4. Notebook page 2, at least and at most. The phrase is at least is translated by greater than or equal to, and the phrase is at most is translated by less than or equal to. So page 3 here. We have what is the greatest integer value of x, such as 1 minus 2x is at least 6. This would be the algebraic expression from this verbal model up here. And then we solve for x. Negative 2x is greater than or equal to 5. We move this over here. And then we divide both sides by negative 2. That will change the direction of this sign here to be pointing the other direction. Reverse inequality, then we have x is less than or equal to negative 2.5. Greatest value of integer that satisfies the equality is negative 3, the greatest integer here. Greatest integer. Okay, so that goes in your notebook. Now we have c equals 8n plus 522. The equation above gives cost. Profit is made when the total revenue from selling cost is greater than the total cost. For manufacturing, the same quantity divided each item comes sold for 14 bucks. Which of the following inequality gives all possible values of n that will produce a profit? So we have, here's our quantities here, that will make this statement valid. Since the profit will be made when revenue is greater than total cost. Then we have here, we have 14n is greater than or equal to 8n plus 522, and then 14n minus 8n is greater than 522. We're bringing our 8n over here. Combine like terms, 6n is greater than 522. Then we divide through by 6, and we get n is greater than 87. So it would be A, would it not? And this is in your notebook. Okay, page 5 here. We have 2x, we have the statement here. What is the smallest possible integer value of a when x equals negative 1? So replace x with negative 1, solve for a. This is what we do here. We insert that into the statement. Then we further simplify here. Further simplification here. Negative 3a is less than negative 12. We move this over here. Then we have negative 3a over negative 3 is greater than negative 12 over negative 3. We're dividing through by negative 3, so it changes the direction of the sign here. Reverse inequality sign, then a is greater than 4. The smallest integer value of a that satisfies the inequality is 5. Since a is greater than 4, the next integer would be 5. In this case here, this is in your notebook, page 6 on your notebook. Okay, solving combined inequalities here. To solve an inequality as a form of c is less than or equal to ax plus b is less than or equal to d. To solve an inequality as the form like this, where a, b, and c and d stand for numbers, isolate the letter by performing the same operation on each member of the inequality. Notebook page. So for example, here we have a complex or inequality here. add 7 to each member of the inequality. We want to get rid of this 7, so we add it here and we add it there. So what do we do here? We're adding it here, we're adding it here, and adding it over here. So now we have 5 is less than or equal to 3x is less than or equal to 15. Notebook page 8 here. So divide each member of the inequality by 3 to get rid of our coefficient here. 5 over 3 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 5. So that's our solution. The solution consists of all real numbers greater than or equal to 5 over 3 and less than or equal to 5. So that is your complex inequality there. Solved. Notebook page. Further notebook work here. We have this inequality here and then this inequality here. Which of the following best describes the range of values for y minus x? So we have our selection here. First, find the upper and lower limits of x and y. So we need to find the uppers and lowers. And then we have this, the first inequality, then 3 minus 1 is less than x is less than 8 minus 1. So we're going to get rid of this 1 here by subtracting 1 on both sides here for this inequality here. Then we have this statement here. This means that the lower limit of x is 2 and the upper limit is 7. Since 2 is less than y is less than 9, then the lower limit of y is 2 and the upper limit is 9. Okay, so now uh, 2 is less than y is less than 9. Which of the following best describes the range of values for y minus x? The upper limit of y minus x is obtained by taking the difference between the upper limit y and the lower limit of x, which is 9 minus 2 equals 7. The lower limit of y minus x is obtained by taking the difference between the lower limit of y and the upper limit of x, which is 2 minus 7, which is negative 5. Hence, negative 5 is less than y minus x is less than 7. This would be the correct statement here that best describes the relationship between these two inequalities there. Notebook here. And we got ordering properties of inequalities here. If A is less than B, B is greater than C, then A is less than C. For example, 2 is less than 3, 3 is less than 4, so 2 is less than 4, yes? If A is less than B, X is less than Y, then A plus X is less than B plus Y. For example, 2 is less than 3 and 4 is less than 5, so 2 plus 4 is less than 3 plus 5. If A is less than B and X is greater than Y, then the relationship between AX plus BY cannot be determined until each of the variables is replaced by a specific number. And that's where we'll leave it right now. Worksheets, PowerPoints, video, contact me here. Thank you very much.